tapped on some button. Okay, right. What did I say? Okay. So you could either choose one question or maybe two question, and between one question you could either choose, say for instance, one or maybe two. All right. So that is the three possible ways. So you could either choose number one, tick, or maybe number two, or maybe number one and two together. All right. Right. Oh, sorry. That is not the point. Okay. All right. So you could I mean, yes. Just a second. Let me. All right. Let me rephrase the thing. Okay. So the question is, you have to choose. Let me write down the question first. Okay. You have to choose 8 questions. I mean, one or more questions. One or more than one questions from the 8 questions. Okay. From 8 questions. So now notice all of them have alternatives. Okay, all of them have alternatives. Like for question A, there will be a 1, there will be a 2. Question B, there will be a 1, there will be a 2. Question C, there will be a 1, there will be a 2. Okay, and so on, it goes on like that. So from each of the sections you could choose one or more questions. So what are the possible ways? Let me figure out that. Okay, so total questions are 8. Okay, that means the exponent will be 8. There is no confusion in that, right? There is no confusion in what will be the exponent. Okay, understand my point? Okay, so now you could either choose number one. Okay, so that is one particular consideration, or you could choose number two, that is another consideration, or you could choose both of them, that is another consideration. So 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so that makes a total of 3 to the power 8 ways you can choose all the questions. However, there is one particular way where you will not choose any of the questions. That is why we will minus 1 from here. Okay. All right. So I mean, even if you don't like get into the concept in the exam hall, just try to remember all the examples we have discussed in the class. Okay, so that will make it easier for you to understand the thing. All right. Now another question, same as the one I gave you, say UZZAL. Okay. All right. So now this is a particular very famous question. The question is, Daddy did a deadly deed. Okay. How many ways can you choose one or more than one letter from this sentence? Tell me, what will you do here? Let me hear your concept. Yes, from all of these. Yes, obviously. That's a very good point. Okay. So how many A's do we have? We have to consider. There are a total of 9 D's. Okay. And how many A's do I have? I have 3 A's. And I have 2 Y's, right? I have 2 Y's. And I have 3 E's. There are 3 E's here. And there is one I, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it, right? Sorry, and L as well. Okay, one L. So these are pretty much all the letters. So what you have to do, pretty easy. As I said, you could choose 9 D's, or I mean, like, no, not 9 D's, that is 9 plus 1. You could choose 3 A's or not 3 A's, that is 3 plus 1. You could choose 2 Y's or not 2 Y's, that is 2 plus 1. You could choose 3 E's or not 3 E's, 1 I or not 1 I. Okay. And in the last scenario, what you will do is consider that none of the letters you have picked up, so that will be -1. That will be your answer, and the total answer would be 1919. It's a very nice answer as well, right? Okay, done with this. I thought I would be able to complete it today, but there are like still much more contents, so I think it's not wise to rush in here. Okay, but still I will let's try how much of we can complete. Okay, now the next type, where what is the type? Okay, how many how many what can I say, factors of 20 are there, and how many natural factors? Do you know what are the natural factors? The natural factors are like you will neglect that particular I mean you won't like include one. Okay, you won't include one among the like factors. Okay, if you include one, that won't be a natural factor. Okay, because one is the factor for all numbers. Any number in the world, like any, obviously not decimal number, I mean sorry, not fractional number. Okay, but other than that, any sort of like integers, they would have a factor of 1. Okay, so you have to neglect that to get only natural factors. This is like definitional things. Okay, not anything involving permutation combination. Anyway, so for 20, let's try to figure out. 20 equals to 1 times 20, that equals to 1 times 2 times 10, that equals to 1 times 2 times 2 times 5, right? Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so how many ways can I figure out like the factors? Okay, so let's see. So from these two, I could say 2 plus 1, right? Is that correct? All right. And from this, I can say 1 plus 1. Okay. And let's just neglect this one for now, for the time being. Okay. Because I will come into explanation of that. All right. All right. And there is one particular case where I will not include any of the factors. That is -1. I will -1. Okay. So that equals to 5. Okay. And now this -1 will be replaced by +1. Why? Because 1 is the factor of all numbers. Okay, so that is why I will add 1. So total factors will be equal to 5 plus 1 equals to 6. And again, if I show this to you, it will be, say, 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 4 is a factor, 5 is a factor, 10 is a factor, 20 is a factor. Are there any other factors than the 6? The answer is no. Okay, so our verification is also checked. All right. And what are the like total natural factors? It will be 5. Okay, understand my point? Okay, now you might as well ask, Bhaiya, why didn't you like from 1, why didn't you write 1 plus 1? Okay, so the answer to this is, say I can multiply, say, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. All right, so won't it change my answer if I write it like, okay, so there are 4 1s, so I can write it 4 plus 1. So will the answer be correct in this case? Tell me. The answer will be correct. No, answer won't be correct. Okay, I mean, I'm just choosing factors. Okay, So I cannot write it like that. So that is why in this particular math, what we do is try to divide it into like all the prime factors. Okay, all the prime factors. What do? We divide it into prime factors. Okay, so number one step would be like write in multiples of prime factors. Write in multiples of prime factors. Okay, that is the first thing that you would do. Okay, and then the next step would be like in this way you will solve it and then add plus 1. Okay, this is another type of math you could get in your examination. Okay, so write down your homework you will do for 1500. Okay, the same math for 1500. 1500. Okay, I hope you have taken note of that. Let me try the last topic of this chapter, but I don't know if I will be able to complete it. You can give me 25 minutes more, right? That is still 1:30. Okay, all right. Okay, so in this sort of problem, permutation plus combination, both will be involved. We have done actually some bits of that. That is like we will choose some letters, then arrange them. We have done something like that, right? Previously, remember? Okay. So here it's like a little more advanced. Okay. So okay, there are two rules for that. Okay. I mean, okay, it's not particularly necessary. Actually, let me dive into the problem. Okay. I think that will be better. Then later on, we might as well write the rules. Okay. So, for instance, the word engineering, engineering, that is our word. Okay. So, what is the question? You will take four letters at a time. Okay. How many combinations and permutations can you create? Can you create? Okay. Okay. First of all, again, what you have to do is write down the like alike letters together. So there would be a set for E. There would be a set for I. There would be a set for G. There would be a set for three N's, right? N's. There are three N's. Okay. And there is a separate R. Okay. So now, what do we have? Listen very carefully. Okay. I have three alike, and the of three alike, I have two sets, right? Two sets. One is of set E and one is of set N. I have two alike set as well. That is two I's and two G's. Understanding my point? Okay. Now, what can I do to choose four letters? So let us write down the what I say aspects. You could say aspects, then combination, then permutations. Okay, so I could choose three alike and one different, right? What can I choose? I could choose three alike and one different. Is that correct? So how many sets of three alikes do I have? I is only two, right? E and N. Okay. All right. So now from these two sets, how many ways can I choose one set? Two. That will be 2C1. Okay. I can, if I write it like that. Okay. Now, if I have chosen, listen very carefully. Most students make mistake here. When I have chosen three alike, one set is already nullified, or maybe one letter is already nullified. You don't have E here, right? Are you understanding my point? Do you have the letter E now? The answer is no. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. So how many letters do you have now? How many types of letter rather? Four. There is a separate R as well. N, I, G and R. N, I, G and R. These are the four types of letters. Okay. Understanding my point? So from these four types of letters, how can I choose one type of letter? Come on, this is very easy. 4C1. 4C1. From the four types of letters, how many ways can I choose one type of letter? That would be 4C1, right? Isn't it? Alright. Okay. So this is how I get the combination that is like 8. Okay. Alright. So this is the one aspect. There are different aspects as well. I'm coming back to that. But before that, tell me what will be the permutation here? The permutation would be gotten by multiplying it with r factorial. However, it's not just like 8 times 4 factorial. Okay. Because I have already mentioned that I have taken 3 alike. Is that correct? So you have to divide by 3 factorial. Tell me, is the first thing clear or do I have to explain it again? Okay. Now another aspect could be I can take 2 alike because I have say 4 sets of 2 or more alike, right? There is 2 I's, 2 G's, 3 N's, 3 E's. Okay. So there are 4 sets which involve 2 or more alike letters, right? Okay. So that means I could take 2 alike and 2 alike. Is that correct? Alright. Now how many ways can I choose two sets of two sets, right? I am taking two alike sets, right? I am taking two alike sets. And how many sets are there? Four. So how many ways can I choose these two sets? Excellent, excellent. 4C2. That would be equal to 6. And how can I figure out the permutation? It would be 6 times, obviously 4 factorial, but there are two alike, so divided by 2 factorial and then again divided by 2 factorial. Okay. So now tell me, you will tell me, let's see if you can find another aspect. Tell me, what can be another aspect to choose four letters? Tell me. Three different and one alike. One alike is nothing. One alike means one different. What is one alike? Say for instance, one ARYAN. There is nothing alike that, right? All right. You could say two different, right? Two different, two alike. All right. This is the particular skill you need to figure out. Okay, the vision. Because if you even miss one aspect, you would not get the proper answer. Okay, so first of all, let's see two alike. That means there are four sets. From that I have to choose one set, right? Only one set. Choosing one set will give us like two alikes. Is that correct? So that would be 4C1. Is that correct? All right. Now How can I explain this thing to you? Okay, see, if you take say two eyes, all right, that is two eyes, and say for instance two e's maybe, তাহলে in that case you will have one e, two g's, three n's and one r, right? Okay, all right. So now okay, sorry, I've made a mistake. Let me rephrase the thing. So I am taking two alike things. So if I take two alike things, then it will be like if I take two eyes, okay, if I take two eyes, how many letters are left? How many types of letters are left? Tell me. Four, right? Okay, all right. If I nullify two g's, how many types of letters do I have? No, I mean obviously I can take one of them. I cannot take like four alikes, right? Two alike. That means I have taken already two g's. That means I, n, e, and r. I can take them. All right. Now here you could ask a question, Bhaiya, if I take two e's, what does it happen then? Okay. Say for instance, I am taking two e's. Then you could ask me a question where then I have e, three n's, two i's, two g's, and a r. Okay. So then you could ask me, okay, then I have five types. So how do I figure it out then? Then how from how many types of letters do I choose two different? The answer is very simple. The answer is if you try to choose the third e, won't it be like three alike? The condition of three alike. So does that not like what can I say? Violate our condition? That is, I would choose two alike at most. Understand my point? I think it's getting a little difficult. What I am saying is, if you have chosen two e's, then there are five types of letters left, right? But you cannot choose the third e because we can choose two alike in this scenario. Understanding my point? Okay, so that means there are a total of four different types that will be left after choosing two alikes. Is it clear now? So that will be multiplied by 4c2. Then you will get a particular answer, that is 24. And then it will be 24 times 4 factorial over 2 factorial. And in the last scenario, you could choose five different. You could choose five different. So that would be 5c4. I mean, there is no question in this thing, right? Okay. Sorry, not five different, four different. I'm taking four letters. Okay. That is 5, and then it will be 5 times 4 factorial. And in total, you will get arrangement of 476 and combination of 43. This math we did here is the most important math of permutation and combination to appear in the examination, because it like involves all sorts of concepts of permutation and combination. Okay. And it also gives the examiners the chance to examine the students the concept of combination and permutation, all of them together. Okay. So that is why there is a high possibility that these sorts of maths you will find in your book. Okay, so let me repeat the things again. The first step would be you will figure out how many letters are there, obviously, and then separate all the alike letters. Then you will figure out how many types. Then you have figured out, okay, I have five types of different letters. Then you will figure out what is aspects are there to choose four letters. So one aspect you see, okay, I have three letters, three alike letters, and of them we have two sets. Okay, so that is why I have chosen 2C1. So of the two sets, I am choosing one set. Okay, all right. So and one different from the other 4 types, that is why 4C1. And in the same way I have chosen 2 alike, 2 alike. Okay, so that is why there are 4 sets of from which I can choose 2 alikes. Okay, because for 3 alikes also 2 alikes are included, right? So this is understandable, right? So that is why I did 4C2. All right, and another aspect could be 2 alike and 2 different. Okay, so then I could choose 2 alikes from these 4 sets, and then there would be 4 sets left, sorry, 4 different letters left, and from that I have chosen 2 different. Okay, all right, and then for 4 different. Okay, all right, so these are the possible ways I can do the combination. And then obviously permutation, you understand, like r factorial over the what can I say, equal types factorial, something like that. Okay, so this is how you will have to figure out all the aspects, and then find the combination, and then find the permutations. Okay, all right, so you have to practice this thing, because um, this is pretty difficult and pretty confusing thing. Okay, like you might find difficulty in finding the aspects. Okay, you might find difficulty or might do a mistake. The huge chance of making a mistake is that what I said here. Why did I write 2C1? Okay, can you explain why did I write 2C1 here? Yes, yes, go ahead. I'm choosing one. What one? You have to be very clear about that. Okay, otherwise you will find it difficult while solving the math. I'm repeating again. I am choosing one set of letters from 2 sets. What did I say? I am choosing one set of letters from 2 sets. One set is triple E and another set is triple N. From that I am choosing one particular set. If you remember it like, okay, I am choosing 3 letters, you will make a mess out of it. Okay, you are not choosing 3 letters here, you are choosing one set of letters. That is why here it is 1, and you are considering 2 particular sets, that is why it is 2. All right, you have to be very careful about that, otherwise all the maths you will do, you will either you will become confused, or you will I mean make the wrong answer. Okay, okay, you will figure out the wrong answer. Okay, now explain it to me, why 2 alike is written 4C2? The 4C2. Yes, good, very good. And explain this one, 2 alike, 2 different. Right, okay. No, other one is not a set, the other one is just different letters. Okay, from the types of letters, right? There would be, after I have chosen 2 alikes, there would be one of the sets which is not present there. There will be 4 types of letters, and from that I will choose 2 different types of letters. Okay, all right. So you will just have to follow the steps. Okay. Okay. Now let me give you a question now. Okay. Um, okay. Let's see how much you have understood. I'm not expecting that you will be able to do it absolutely perfectly, but let's just see if you can follow the steps. Okay, so the word is professor. The word is professor. Professor. Okay, take 4 letters at a time. 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 And find the number of combinations and permutations. Don't worry, don't be afraid, just try to follow the steps. I just want to see that you have been attentive and just you are following the steps. Okay, that's enough for me. Okay, we'll make mistakes, obviously, I understand. and an E. Yes, correct, correct. So figure out the combination permutation for that. Um, for what are you saying 2C1? No, how many sets are there for? There's three, right? 3C1. Okay, okay, exactly. No, 5C2, 5C2, 5C2. All right. Next, three different one alike. One alike. What are you saying? One alike is nothing. No, no, no. I'm. That is what I'm saying. One alike does not mean anything. One alike and one different are the same thing. Okay. Four different, right? Four different. What will it be? Yes, 6C. 6C4. Excellent. Okay. Next. No, there is no one alike. Okay. You're very close. You're very close. Try thinking it with two alike. You could have said two alike and another two alike because there are three sets. Okay. So you could. Okay. So you could choose two sets from them. Okay. So that would be 3C2. Okay. And then obviously you could figure out the permutations from there. Right. Okay. But you have done great. Okay. So you have figured out properly. So that's good. That's good. Okay. Now for your homework, I would give you for homework. Obviously, as you get more time in home, so I'm giving a little difficult, not too much difficult. So the word is examination. Examination. Okay. Again, take four letters at a time. Four letters at a time. At a time. Another word would be devastation. Devastation. Okay. Even if I write down any wrong say spelling, so you can show it to me with the wrong spelling as well. I hope I have not written any wrong spelling though. All right. So four letters at a time. Okay. But the one that we studied for, that is engineering, that is the most difficult thing. Okay. I can tell you that. I can assure you that. Okay. All right. So now we are almost there. I have given you a fair amount of homeworks. Please try to do them as you have holidays now. Okay. So there's a few things left, but I cannot rush now. Okay, just a few things, some geometric things, and um, two or three maths maybe. Okay, nothing more. I think we could take like 15 or 20 minutes in permutation combination the next day, and then we could continue with the next chapter. So, what should be the next chapter? Tell me, because I might need to take some preparation. we haven't read physics and chemistry for a long time, and you haven't provided me the book either. So, what should- all right. Okay, so I could like make you familiar with the concepts of physics or chemistry. So, obviously, do you have projectile in your syllabus in physics? Projectile, yes. Did anyone teach you projectiles in your school? Okay, all right. Um, I think then maybe we were studying chemistry like maybe 2 months ago, and okay, yes. But I think it should get a little advanced now. I think projectiles should be there in your syllabus. Okay, anyway, so um, can we start chemistry then? Maybe chemistry. Anything related to chem? Right. So maybe La Chatelier's principle. And can you give me a PDF of like say last one or two classes maybe so that I can figure out where we ended? Okay. So then we could start La Chatelier's principle because that is a very important thing to study. And are you free on Thursday? Because Thursday 12 p.m. Would it be okay? My time, sorry, my time. 12 or 4. Okay. Or no, 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 it will be a 1 hour lesson. Thank you for giving me a 2 hour lesson. Okay. So I could make up the things, alright? Because otherwise we had so much gaps. Alright. And please try to, I mean, obviously people get problems. I might get problems. You will get problems. Okay. And nowadays it's like you don't even, what can I say? You don't even have to call me. Just give me a text message. Okay. Whenever you don't feel like no, no, no. I'm not saying about today. You came today, right? You showed up within like 7 or 10 minutes. Okay, but sometimes I mean, whenever I have like I am now afraid that to that extent that whenever you are not like 8 or 10 minutes, you are not getting active on WhatsApp. I was afraid that you are will you be present here today or not. That is why I even left a message to your mom because making a 10-minute delay is okay. Obviously 5 to 10 minutes delay we can make it there, but I wasn't able to contact with you. That is the thing. Okay, I'm not saying that 5 or 10 minutes you have to let me know, but sometimes there is like half an hour has passed by. Okay, I'm just waiting and waiting. You still haven't told me. Okay, I contact with your mom, then your mom tells me that you were at the hospital. Okay, then so I understand that you might not have data in your phone, but you were with your mom at that time, right? So you could have told your mom that okay, can you give a message to Bhaiya that okay, I am busy, so I won't be able to make it today. All right, all right. So obviously it's uh, I mean like there could be some scenarios which are unavoidable. I understand that, but uh, try to avoid them as much as possible. Okay, because see, time time is a thing which is I think the most important resource for me, for you as well. Okay, so we have to use the it efficiently as much as possible. Anyway, so 12 p.m. or 4 p.m. Thursday, that will be 30th of November, I guess, or will it be 31st? Oh, there is no 31st. Okay, there is no 31st. Okay, it would have been better if you can you give me a time on Wednesday around it will be late. Is it possible to give me a time on Wednesday 9:30 at your time? At night. Yes, that's at night. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, please let me know then if it's possible to make it 9:30 at that time. Okay. All right. When will you let me know? I have to be sure about that as well. Okay. Just one day. Okay. Because the month is ending, so we're pending. All right. All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much. So that will be Wednesday. Okay. I'm writing it down in the WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. All the best for your Taekwondo lesson. All right.